So we will be starting with our session today, and we'll be starting with our lesson number 2, which we are still doing it. We have done the explanation part, the written part is left, but first we will do the recap of lesson number 2, food and health. So keep it in mind, whatever the session we are doing it today, that will be saved and I'll be publishing it for your use. So at home, if anything is missed, you can see that, you can open that video and see it. At the end of the lecture, I'll be telling you how and where you will find it. The ones who have just raised their hands, I'll take it later on. Let's start with the chapter, and we are going to start with the first topic that covers the balanced diet. Now you all know what is a balanced diet. A balanced diet is a diet that contains all the important nutrients, that is carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals in right amount. If we are taking all these types of nutrients in our any form of diet, whether it's your breakfast, your lunch, dinner, that means we are having a balanced diet. You know, when we go home after the school, when your school gets over and you come back home, your mama, she serves you the lunch. In the lunch, what she serves you? She gives you a bowl of rice, a chapati, or some, you can say some rajma or dal, or sometimes vegetables, curd, fruit you are having in your fruit time. So these all are your balanced diet. So your burgers are not your balanced diet. Now you are seeing on a table, they are showing what all things they make a balanced diet. You know about carbohydrates. The carbohydrates, they are called as the energy giving food. Why they are called as the energy giving food? Because they provide us the energy. That is why during the summers when we are standing outside for our assemblies or when we go out, we suddenly feel weak. And what we do? We immediately take either a squash or a lemonade. So they give us the energy. As the carbohydrates are the group that provide us the instant energy. Next is the fats. Butter, ghee, oil. And the fats are also the group that provide us the energy. But along with the energy, they provide us the warmth. That is why it is always said that we need to take less amount of fat. The oils, the fried foods, we should not take more of fried foods, the butters, every time we are having the butter and the ghee, because they will make us fat. And that condition is called as the obesity. You have seen many people, many children, according to their age, their weight is more. Why? Because that condition is called the obesity. Then we have the next group is the proteins. The proteins are found in your milk products also, then your eggs, meat, etc. They are important because they are the bodybuilding food. Now, what do you mean by the bodybuilding food? The bodybuilding food means these kinds of food help our body to grow. They help in our growth and proper development. That is why the children, especially you people, need to have at least 2 glasses of milk daily, because milk will provide you enough of protein which is required for your body to grow. The next group is the vitamins and minerals. Now, vitamins and minerals are called as the protective food. Why we call them as the protective food? Because they protect us from the diseases. Now, how they will protect us from the diseases? If we suffer from any kind of diseases, we need to take these kinds of food, your fresh fruits, the green vegetables, in large amounts, the salads, the vegetables, and the fruits, along with the medicines given. Because what they will do it when we are having along with the medicines, these kinds of foods, they will improve our immunity. Immunity means the fighting capacity of our body. Once that is improved, a person recovers from that kind of disease. But vitamins and minerals are needed in less amount as compared to carbohydrates and proteins, because whatever their little amount is there, that will balance our body. But don't say that, ma'am, you have said that more amount of carbohydrates we need to take, so we are taking more of carbohydrates, the fried foods, your chips, your burgers and all. No, if you'll take them more, they are not going to help your body. They are in what they will do it? They will make you fat. Another thing which came in this, it was the fiber. Now the fiber means that it is called as the dietary fiber. The dietary fiber means the fiber, the another component that is found in the food itself. That is why the word diet is there. See, the balanced diet. Diet means the food, the balanced food. Now the another name of dietary fiber is the roughage. As such, the function of roughage is not so much as the other food groups, the carbohydrates. But they are still important because what they do, they help in the proper digestion, absorption, and excretion of food. Now these fibers are found in your whole grains like your oats, your green vegetables, your fruits. Instead of taking the juices, have a whole fruit. That will provide you the fiber. Okay. After this, what was there? That two things came, that if we will not take a proper balanced diet, two conditions will occur. A person will suffer from any of the condition. Either it's a malnutrition or the deficiency disease. Now, what is a malnutrition? Mal means less, lack of nutrition. And in this, especially if we are not taking proper carbohydrates or proteins, it will lead to malnutrition. Yes, Vibhuti has a question. I'll request that in between we'll not stop. Whatever the questions are there, we will solve it after the session, after this one part is over. Here the portion means how much carbohydrates we need to have. Now we should have two portions of protein. One is in the form of your diet, the food, and the milk also. Now legumes is your grams, your rajma, and dal is your pulses. Okay, malnourishment, I've already told you, it can be in two forms. If both carbohydrates and proteins are in less amount, they will cause us the disease. That will be a malnourished person, a malnourished child. You have seen many children, as per their age, they are weak. They are not growing properly. Their weight is less. Their height is not proper. Why that is there? That is because of this malnutrition. The second type is less of carbohydrates or more of proteins. Then also it will cause a problem because carbohydrates are less. Or if there are more of carbohydrates and less of proteins, again that will cause the malnutrition. Now this is if there are lesser proteins and carbohydrates is there. A child will be like this. See the picture, the boy. Protruding stomach. See, it's like a pot. The stomach will develop and grow more, and it will be like a pot, a matka. That is why it's called as a pot belly. This will be because of the malnutrition. The stomach is protruding, but see, the ribs can be visible. Hands and legs are swollen. So what we need to have? We need to have a balanced diet. Anything else? Till here it's clear. I hope the main thing is that we need to have a balanced diet that should contain your carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Okay, Siddhi. Now let's do one or two questions. Now see, it's drag and drop. It's like your smart board, like we were doing it in our classes. It's like a smart board. It's drag and drop. Dash happens when we get less amount of vitamins or minerals. The options are malnutrition and deficiency disease. So what will come? It will be the deficiency disease. Now dash happens when we do not get enough carbohydrates or proteins in our daily diet. It is called the malnutrition, the word nutrient. Now next is categorizing the carbohydrates and proteins, or we can call it as the difference between carbohydrates and proteins. What will come? See it in the options: growth and repair of injured body parts, supply of energy, wheat and rice, milk and milk products, fish and eggs, and bananas. Let's first start the function. So supply of energy will go in proteins or carbohydrates? No, it will go in carbohydrates. Then growth and repair, it will be your protein, wheat and rice in carbohydrates, milk and milk products in protein, fish and eggs in protein, bananas in carbohydrates. Till here, I think it must be clear. Now there is one activity to understand more about the balanced diet. Now this you can do it. With this activity, you'll be able to find out about the food, about the nutrients, about the components of food, and the meaning of balanced diet. Let's see what all are there. This you can do it at home. You require some old magazines, newspapers, the glue, a scissor, some sketch pens, charts, or any colored papers or a ruler. Now next is how. the nutrients are divided in this.